It's January 9th, 2018. We're South Beach project on Staten Island. We're facing the north elevation. Just want to take note that the entire first floor has no slab on grade poured, and it is a big excavation site at the current time. Taking note that the scaffold on the north elevation of A building is erected and covered for several weeks now, fully planked and ready for work. We're mezzanine level, north elevation interior. Looking at the cold framing, you'll notice at the very right hand side, that big gap over there, missing framing. Also take note of the covered scaffolding, again fully planked and ready for work. Second floor mezzanine, northwest corner. Take note the missing framing at the corner. Also taking note of the missing slab underneath the framing. I believe there's an RFI out for that, but there is not a fix at this point. Also noting the scaffolding in this area is 100% covered, planked, and ready for work. Okay, taking note, this is the southwest elevation. The scaffolding could not be erected in this area. According to Dematis, they have site work that needs to be done at ground level. And again, this area is not available to us to build scaffolding. We're looking at the second floor mezzanine south courtyard elevation. Lack of framing. There's no top or bottom track at all on this elevation. Again, notice scaffolding is erected, fully planked off, not covered in this location. Third floor, south elevation, courtyard area. Again, taking note that there is no framing, top or bottom, at this particular elevation. Notice scaffolding erected, full height, ready for work. We're looking at the third floor, north elevation, noting same missing framing underneath the large 10-foot window spans. Also noting that the scaffold is erected and covered, fully planked off, ready for work. We are 4th floor, north elevation, noting that the metal framing should continue to the steel column, and it is missing. Elevation, 4th floor, north elevation, noting the same 10-foot window span, missing framing at the sill. Scaffold erected, fully covered, planked off and ready for work. We are 4th floor, south courtyard elevation. No lack of framing. Scaffold is erected in this location, not covered. Fifth floor, north elevation. Taking note, same missing framing between the I-beam and the tube steel. No top or bottom track in place. Scaffold fully erected in this location, covered, planked, and ready for work. Fifth floor, north elevation. Again, at the 10-foot window spans, no sill framing in place. Taking note, scaffold is built, covered, planked off, ready for work at this location. We're at the south elevation, 5th floor courtyard. Just taking note that there is no metal framing on this floor at all, but we'll go elevation by elevation. Scaffold is in place, ready for work. We are looking at the southwest elevation, 5th floor. Noting the lack of framing altogether at this level. Scaffold is 100% erected, planked, not covered, ready for work. We're 5th floor, southwest corner of the building. Noting the lack of framing at this level. No top or bottom track. This is the same location where we were asked not to erect our scaffolding. We're at the northeast corner of the building, 5th floor. Again, noting lack of framing. Scaffold is 100% erected, planked, covered, ready for work at this location. We're interior, 1st level, just taking note of all the excavation going on. Obviously, underground is still well underway. No concrete slab is poured at any location. I should also take note that all the video taken today was of a building only.
We're now on the south side of the building looking northerly. All the area that pieces of the building that have studs are part of A section. We'll look at B and C, which do not have any framing. You can still see from here there are areas at the upper floors and some areas sections of the building where there are no studs on the exterior wall at this time. We're now on the south side at the entrance. You can see there's a entrance canopy, porte cochere. Panning back, there's a one-story section. We're not sure if this is part of B or C, but there's no metal framing, metal stud framing. We are in front of the building at the one-story section, looking toward, we're on the south side, looking toward the north. And no infill metal stud framing in this area. We're on the south side of the building, looking at the one-story section. There is no metal stud framing in this area. We are now at the far east end of the building, south side. We're looking toward the north. There's a little piece on the third floor of the building that is framed. The rest, that would be C section, is not framed. Looking toward the north. B section in the center of the building, again without any metal studs framing the exterior wall on the south side. We're on the east looking toward the west. C section, this is the section that on the east that projects toward the north. Lower floors, only the fourth floor has metal studs, and they're not finished all the way to the structure.